User joined your channel.
Okay, coming in. You know what that means. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? So, I want to welcome everyone to our program. We are here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. on Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, armedradioglobal.com. And this is it's gonna be a completely different show tonight, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I love to acknowledge our people coming in. Okay, Suzanne Murray has joined us. Hi, Sergeant Sue. John Polcari has joined us. Kathleen Gregorio has joined us. Scotty Silver. Hi, Scotty Silver. Mark Katzoff has joined us. Hi, everybody. Okay, so tonight I wanted to it's funny, I always believe that things happen the way they're supposed to happen. I really do. Even when I'm in a full-on panic, I know that the universe has a different plan for me. So I had 3 guests scheduled for tonight because they have a show coming up, and I won't mention their names because they're going to come back in February. But they had all 3 had different situations that came up, and we just realized that it wasn't a good time to have them on. So we rescheduled for February. Leo Rodriguez has joined us. I want to send a special shout out to Leo. Yesterday was his birthday. We love Leo Rodriguez. And so he made tamales last night and brought him to my job, and we all hung out. And thank you, Leo. I ate some more of those tamales today. Annette Zito has joined us. Kathleen Werstein has joined us. Okay, so what I was saying is that I had 3 guests that were scheduled, and things didn't work out for different reasons. They each had a situation, so we rescheduled for February. So when these things happen, I sit and say, the first thing I do is panic in my head. And then I think, okay, don't worry. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. It's my mantra for life. It's all going to work out. And I thought about it. And you know what's funny? I've been thinking a lot about the holidays because I personally love this time of year. Starting with just the fall. I love everything. And then, we've been having a lot of discussions. Jason Peck joined us. Paul Scarmadella has joined us. I'll keep doing that. If you're listening on the radio, what I'm doing is we're Facebook Living and our friends come in. And so I like to acknowledge them. So, this week, I was thinking about the holidays a lot, and somebody said, oh, it should be Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays. And that always makes me mad because I feel like, why do people always want to stir stuff up? But I thought about it. And hi, Rena. My cousin Rena has joined us. Rena, I was just talking about Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas versus all that stuff. Ed Kuto has joined us at Blade Salon in Old Westfield, Connecticut. So here's what I was thinking about. And what happened this week was I was working for one of my friends, Terry Ross. She's a jewelry designer. And she... it's in Bryant Park. It's outside. It's beautiful. And it's like very, very, very holiday festive, right? People come in and they shop, and everybody comes from all over the world. Like, I literally meet people from everywhere in the country. And I always ask, so where are you guys from? And people tell me, and I'm very chatty anyway. So I get into conversations with people. And this woman came in, and she was from Mississippi, and she had a very thick Mississippi accent. So anyway, we chatted for a little while, just some small talk and stuff. And then I said, as she was leaving, I said, Merry Christmas. And she said, oh, I'm Jewish. And this was so weird, and I'll tell you why. Because, a lot of people will post those, it's, why does everybody always say Happy Holidays? It's a Christmas, whatever. And I assumed this woman was Christian because she was from Mississippi. And I know Mississippi and the South is heavily, heavily Christian. And so I just assumed, you see what happens when you assume? I assumed that she would be bothered by me saying Happy Holidays, which is what I wanted to say anyway, because I do feel like it encompasses everything. It's not excluding anyone. It's actually including everyone. So I said, because of this fear, I said, she was from Mississippi, and I went to that place of like, well, you know how they can be. That's where I went. And I said, Merry Christmas. And she said, I celebrate Hanukkah. I'm Jewish. And I just was so stunned. And I thought, I said, I'm so sorry. She said, no, that's okay. It happens a lot because of where I live. Now, she had a very, very, very thick Southern accent. She had been born and bred in Mississippi, She loved living in Mississippi. She was talking about New York and it was too fast for her and she really liked where she was. But she also told me that her husband, who was also Jewish, had started. Christy Piero has joined us. Caitlin Rose Cantrell. Kenny Green has joined us. Hi, Kenny Green. I loved watching you earlier, Kenny. You're so cute. Joe Savino has joined us. Hi, Joe. Joe is Joe Rocks. So if you want to watch Joe Rocks live, check him out on Armed Radio as well. Thursday nights, I believe, at 10. Okay, so anyway, so I assume this woman, and so she said to me that her husband had started, they've been together for like, I don't know, 40 years or something. And she said he had started this Jewish group of Southerners that spanned across the South. And they were part of this group. Hi, Andrew Holmes. Chris Plank has joined us. And we just started talking about it. And I said, do you mind me asking you, it must be difficult to be Jewish in the South. And she said, I guess it is, but we find each other and everybody makes it work. And I was so moved by that story. And so we just exchanged pleasantries and then we hugged. It was the strangest thing and not so strange because I hug people. Alyssa Trapelli has joined us. Hi, Alyssa. Paul Lucas. So I said, well, happy Hanukkah. And she said, Merry Christmas. And we hugged and she went on her way. And I just thought, you know what? I know why the people that were supposed to be on the show were not on the show, because God, which I believe in God, or the universe, whatever you believe in, I do believe that something up there loves me very much, had other plans for me tonight. And my other plans was that I have a lot of Jewish friends and I just adore them. And I always am like fascinated, like, oh, you have your holiday, we have our holiday, we kind of mix in, you come to our houses, we go to your houses. But there is this kind of silent separation, not intentional. It just is like, well, we gather with our belief and you gather with yours and we respect each other. But I thought, would it be okay if I did a Hanukkah show? I went to Catholic school. I don't think anybody would mind. And then I remembered, and my first guest was going to call in. We'll talk about this with me, my friend Judith. She's a Dr. Judith Chusett. And during the march last year, the Women's March, my friend Judith, who is Jewish, said, I'd like to invite you to come to the march with my synagogue. And hi, Joe Gullah. Joe Gullah's joined us. And I thought, okay. I mean, that's very nice. And the first thing I said was, is it okay? I'm not Jewish. Like I automatically felt like I was intruding. And she said, no, of course not. We would love to have you. You're very passionate and my synagogue is so inclusive and it's just, you'll love it. And anyway, they're called CBST. They're great. They're in Manhattan. They're amazing. Very progressive. And I went and I had the most wonderful time. And it was me and their congregation. I don't know if I was the only non-Jewish person there, but I never felt that I was the odd man out or I didn't belong. I felt very loved and very taken care of, almost like there was air underneath me, like, wow, I'm like hanging out with this really, really, really cool congregation. And it just was this wonderful, hi, Linda Marie's joined us, this wonderful experience. And we all went and had a wonderful time. And the rabbi was on the bus and she prayed. They have a female rabbi, really cool. And she prayed and I just prayed with them and it was beautiful. And it really moved me, it was just an amazing experience. And I have like so many Jewish friends, I'm in New York, right? And it's just like, I'm always, I just love the way we all come together. It's not an issue. And so I wanted to kind of share that with my listeners tonight and share that with our radio listeners. And I know this show goes across the country, plus 66 other countries. And it's Armed Radio. So it was started for the Armed Forces. And now everyone enjoys Armed Radio. So that's cool. Hi, Jill Anderson. Saw Jill Anderson last night at Singer Spotlight Night. So I wanted to honor my Jewish friends tonight with a Hanukkah show, even though I personally, it's not my holiday, but I love that people are spreading love and I love to be included in anything. If I'm included in a celebration, I'm happy to be there. So I wanted to step into that light, so to speak, and be part of a wonderful celebration. And I thought, like, we are really all in one world. If we remembered that we are under one light, one moon, one sun, it's one planet, and that we may have different places that we go to worship, but really, I truly feel that there are different, it's just different names for God. And really, God stands for kindness, compassion, leaving your heart open, especially when things get difficult. So I wanted to say that, and I also wanted to say that you know the holidays are such a beautiful time of people coming together. And yes, of course, people shop, and of course, I'm on the receiving end of that because I do sell. I'm in the business of sales. That is my business. I've always been in the business of sales, whether it's that I work in a nightclub and or I bartend, or I help my friend uh, Terry. I work for her. She makes beautiful jewelry, and I sell her jewelry. I sell Rodan and Fields. This is how I make my living. I sell my CDs because I'm a songwriter. So of course we benefit from the sales of that. But what I love about the holidays that I want to extend, and it's funny, everybody complains about the holidays starting too early, right? Like Christmas starts too early. It starts in. I think what it really comes from is that people are dying to just feel good, and so we can't wait to get to the holidays because it's just a really good feel good time. Um, Jill Anderson, you can sell because you sell goodness and with love. I love you, Jill Anderson. I love Jill. Jill's my friend for many years, and thank you, sweetheart, for saying that. I really think it's important to leave our hearts open. I mean, so anyway, I think this is my friend Judith calling, Dr. Judith. So I'm going to answer it. Let's see, we'll put her on speaker. Hey, Judith, is that you?
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. So I was just talking a little bit to our listeners. Everybody, this is Dr. Judith Chusett. And Judith, I tagged you on, so once we save the video, then I'll share it. And Tori can, you guys can all watch it. And and it goes into podcast afterwards. I wanted to tell everybody that. So this is Dr. Judith Chusett. She is my friend. I love her very much. And Judith, I was just talking to everyone about the wonderful experience I had with your synagogue during the march.
Yes,
And
we had a great time.
we really did have a great time. So tonight, when I wanted to do my celebration of Hanukkah show, because I wanted to honor my Jewish friends, and I was talking about the fact that it's just love that we're all spreading. We all have our different holidays, but it's really leaving our hearts open, especially in a hard world right now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So but because I am Catholic, I'm not Jewish, I don't really know all the traditions. And I thought, who would know this? And I know, I said, Judith, I have to call Judith. Because you always write these beautiful letters and emails, and you always explain, just the nuances of Judaism. So would you explain to our listeners that don't know, that are not Jewish, what Hanukkah is?
Yes, I'd be happy to. So, first of all, Hanukkah is one of the few Jewish holidays not mentioned in the Old Testament. And it's a story of history. Before the birth of Christ, before the era of Christ, at like 167 BC, there was a civil war in Jerusalem between the Greek Syrians and a small band of Jews. At the time, the Greeks wanted the Jews to shut down their Judaic practice and not practice any of their religion. Okay. And they wanted them to adopt the Greek hedonism and whatever, multiple gods and so forth. So they began a civil war. And there was one family who, in the old days, we didn't have rabbis. We had priests.
Okay.
In place of rabbis. So way back then, the rabbis were called priests. And it was a rabbi, a priest, that had 5 sons, and they led the rebellion. They led the Civil War, which took around 3 years to win.
Okay.
And the Greeks destroyed the temple in Jerusalem, and the Jews were very heartbroken because they couldn't practice. They were going to be killed or enslaved if they practiced Judaism. So the Maccabee family, these 5 sons and the priest, who was the father, they sort of organized the rebellion. They fought for 3 years, and they finally won back the temple. They called it the Second Temple in Jerusalem.
Okay.
And when they won back the temple, they said, we're going to rededicate the temple back to the Jewish people and to the Jewish practices.
Okay.
So when they got into the temple, there was only enough oil to burn the candles to celebrate for like one night.
Wow.
So they said, okay, we'll use the oil for one night, and somehow, you know, in the middle of this mess, we will try to get some oil and rededicate the temple and start to rebuild it. So the miracle so goes that instead of having the oil only enough for one night, it burned for 8 nights. And during those 8 nights, they started to rebuild the temple.
Wow.
So in that moment of rededication, they call it the Festival of the Lights, and it's a miracle because they said, we knew that there was only enough oil to burn for one night, so how did this happen? So they say it's a God miracle, a God wink, that we were supposed to be there, we were supposed to hold the temple down, rededicate it, rebuild it a little bit, and make sure people came.
Wow.
And so since that time, and the Maccabees actually wrote the books of those times. The brothers, all the sons, wrote books, like the Old Testament has the books, you know, Genesis and so forth.
Right.
They wrote the books of the Maccabean Civil War, and it is from those books that we found out what happened. So it was really about 163 BC, before the birth of Christ, before the Christian era, that this moment happened. And that is why we celebrate. And it's become bigger to the Jews than just rededicating the temple, remembering the time. It's a moment in time where now we celebrate. At this time of year, you can see how many religions are celebrating at this time of year.
Yes.
Almost all religions celebrate at this time of the winter solstice, which was not winter over there.
Right.
So it's the solstice over there at a different time, but everyone is celebrating something, and they're celebrating it with candles and lights.
Amazing. Now,
in some way, right?
Yes, yes. Now, Judith,
So
I wanted to bring something up because I don't want to forget. What I was very moved by, you know, I always talk with you about your temple. It's such an amazing temple, your synagogue, and you folks do a lot of outreach, right? So you do a lot of, okay. And I remember you telling me a story where you actually went, you were across the street from a mosque.
Oh, yes.
Would you tell that story?
We have a Jewish commitment, sure.
Okay.
The commitment from CBST is to go to the NYU Center. New York University has a building that is dedicated to all the religions. Yeah. So on each floor, each religious organization has their own floor, and people can go there and pray and do whatever they want to do. And the Muslims have a whole floor at the NYU Center on Thompson Street, right across from Washington Square Park. And when Trump came in office and everything happened where the Muslims were being attacked, our synagogue was the first in the country to say, we are going to stand by you. We are New Yorkers. We are Jews. We are going to make sure nothing happens to you. And they went to the NYU Center. There are 300 people that pray there every Friday.
Wow.
And they went there with 300 roses, and they gave every single person who came in and out a rose.
That's beautiful.
And with signs. They're saying, we stand by you. We won't let anything happen. We are Jewish brothers and sisters, we New Yorker brothers and sisters, and we still do that to that day. And when the shooting came at the synagogue, You know,
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, the whole Muslim religious community came to our synagogue, stayed outside, gave everybody a rose coming in, because
Wow.
we had 2,000 people praying that week for, a memorial for those who were lost and for the families. And they stood with signs saying, "We stand by you. We are your Muslim brothers and sisters." And the head of the Muslim community in New York was there at our synagogue.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
an amazing story. So that's exactly what I was talking about, that rather than us always out of fear being separated, that really when we come together, it's really the same thing. We're all gathering for kindness and compassion. And I just think that that's a beautiful story. So now, Judith, I want to just flip back because my friend Lori's going to call in soon. I wanted to ask you, I know you have a book coming out, right?
I do.
Okay, so once the book comes out, I want to have you on the show, actually have you on the show, and then we can talk about the book. But can you tell everybody what the name of the book is?
I can. The book is called Success is an Inside Job. Stop Playing Small, Overcome Fear of Success, and Live in Your Potential. And the
Okay.
subtitle is Tune into Your Passion, Do What You Love, and Follow Your Bliss. And the book is dedicated to resolving anything that might be in your way from reaching the top of your own personal best to the top of your game.
Wonderful.
So any career block, any personal block you might have to doing what you love or finding what you love or even knowing what you love, and then turning to the chapter that would help you. So the book covers under-earning, underachieving, sabotage at the top, and everything in between.
Wow. Well, I'm very excited. So keep me posted, and then I'd love to have you on the show when that happens, and then we can show everybody the book and promote that. I'm very excited about it.
I'm very excited. I'm always excited to be with you. We had a great time at the march, and we did a lot of good work together.
We really
It's
did.
really important to me and very, very strong in my heart. And Rabbi Kleinbaum says hello.
Oh, wonderful. Please tell her hello. And I thank her again for making me feel, all of your congregation making me feel so welcome. And also, happy birthday. It was your birthday yesterday, right?
Yes, yes.
Happy birthday. We had so much fun at your party last year.
I know. Well, because of you. You were such a great MC.
That was great.
Great. So big hugs and happy Hanukkah to the listening audience.
Yes.
Even though it's not celebrating, we all celebrate together at this time of year.
Yes, we do. Today's day 3, right?
Compassion and love.
Yes. Okay, my friend. I love you.
Okay, sweetheart. I love you too.
And I will talk to you soon. Bye, honey. Okay, so that's my friend Dr. Judith Chusid. And last year, Lynn Portis and I actually entertained at her party. She had a birthday party and she hired us. She hired me and Lynn and Krista Piero. Krista Piero was our videographer. And we went to Judith's and we played music all night. It was really fun. So Isabella Raskowski, my cousin Marisa, has joined us. Yes, Marisa, thank you for saying that. This is beautiful. You know, Lori, my friend Lori, is going to call in at 9:30. So I want to prepare for that. I love Lori. I love all my friends. I have the best friends in the world. Okay, so what I was saying is that, you know, it's when we went on this march and I went with her congregation, I had the most wonderful time. And it's just, you know, when you do things like that, and you see how people help each other in times of need, and it doesn't matter, like when the hurricane in Texas happened and all those people were down there helping each other, and you would see like people jumping in cars and pulling survivors out. It didn't matter whether they were black or white or Jewish or Christian. People were helping each other. That is the point. And I think that I really want to stay in that light. I really want to stay here in this beautiful place of not judging each other. You know, judgment comes from fear anyway. You know, people, we tend to judge because we don't understand, or we think someone's going to hurt us, or we think someone's going to judge us first, so we judge them first. You know, I'm going to tell you a quick story. You know, when I moved into this apartment is very special to me. When I moved into this apartment, it was 12 years ago, and my credit wasn't very good. It was okay. You know, I'm in the entertainment business. We live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not complaining, but it's financial reality of it, right? So I really wanted to get my own apartment. and get out of where I was. So I looked and looked and looked and looked for places. And when I found this place, it was actually the 12th place I looked. 12 is the number of completion. And there was something about the arches that you can see the arch behind. I just fell in love with this apartment. I knew it was mine. So my neighbor upstairs, Cheryl, said, you have to go to the landlords. They are Hasidic and they don't work on Friday. So don't go on Friday, but you have to go there and they don't always return calls. So you have to kind of show up every day. I was like, okay. So I went and I showed up every day. And hi, Gina Savino. It's just me tonight, honey, but Gina Savino. So you can all clap at home because when Gina comes on, we all clap. I'm going to have to get a clapping track, by the way. But anyway, so I went to my landlord and he was this little tiny, so small, tiny, little Hasidic man. And I went every day and they said, there's no apartment. There's no apartment. There's no apartment. I said, I know there's an apartment. I looked at it. Please, can I have this apartment? Anyway, he finally let me in after 2 weeks. When he let me in, he ran my credit and he said, it's not so good. And I said, sir, I'm working on it. It's getting better and better. And I promise if you let me live there, I will never, ever be late with the rent. I will be early and I will never let you down. So my sister co-signed, right? He said, do you have someone that can co-sign? I said, I'll call my sister. She said, sure, no problem. So she signed. And when I went to pick up the lease, he said, I'm going to give you a chance. I like you very much. And so he gave me a chance and I got the keys to this apartment, my own lease in New York, which is like incredible, right? Oh, Terry Ross is calling. Okay, hold on a second. Hi, Terry. How are you, sweetheart? How are you? So this is Terry Ross, everybody. She's calling in and hi, everybody. She is my friend. You know, I have my friend Lori calling in right now, Terry. Can you call back and say 10 minutes?
Absolutely.
All right, sweetheart.
Even better than.
Okay, good. Yeah, call in 15, actually. All right, sweetie.
Well, my phone might be that time, but
All right, 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, honey. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so I think Lori was supposed to call in now. We had an overlap, but I'll find Lori, no problem. So anyway, so he gave me a chance. This great man gave me a chance. And then I went back the next year to fill up, to renew my lease. And he pulled out my sister's co-signing thing. And he said to me, he ripped it up. And he said, you know what? I gave you a chance and you came through. And you're an excellent tenant, Maria. You're an excellent tenant. That's what he said to me. And I can't explain how overjoyed I was because I just felt like I had made it. And this guy gave me a chance. He didn't know me from a hole in the wall. I wasn't Jewish, but he gave me a chance and I came through. And I love that story. So that's, and he's since passed away. He was 93 then. So, and his name was David Eisenstein. So thank you, David Eisenstein, for giving me a chance. All right. So Lori, let's call Lori back. Hold on. We're going to call Lori Goldman Mendez back. Hold on a second. Hang in there, everybody. Hang in there.
Hello.
Lori, it's Maria.
Hi, Maria.
I'm sorry you called and I was on the line with the other caller, but I'm back to you now. I'm so happy to hear your voice, honey. I love you.
I love you too. It's so awesome to hear you sound exactly the same.
Well, so do you. Now, I just want to tell everybody, Lori is one of my very first friends in New York City. I moved here in 1990 and I started working at this restaurant called the Olive Tree Cafe on McDougal Street. And Lori was my manager, right, Lori?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, and she was tough as nails and I loved it. She was tough as nails.
You're tough as nails.
I know you are, honey. I know you are. And so then after work, I would drive her home. She lived in Brooklyn and I lived in Staten Island. And we would drive home together and just kibitz, and it was great. And so Lori now, well, for many, many years, has always been a dancer, but now you have a dance school you've had for a while. And I want you to talk to everybody about that, Lori. Talk about your beautiful dance school and all the things that you folks are doing out there.
Well, I mean, the studio, we have two locations. We're out in Jersey,
Okay.
and, we teach everything to the kids, from ballet and tap and jazz and contemporary.
Wow.
Our kids study composition and choreography, and over the years, I've had many kids to go on to, for professional careers in dance. Tons of kids who've gone on to become teachers, which to me is the greatest honor because, I gave them a passion for teaching what we love.
Wow.
And, kids go on full scholarship to school to the most prestigious dance programs in the country from our studio. So I'm really proud of them, and I call them my kids because they are. And over the years, I've had thousands of kids.
I can't believe that.
So,
Thousands of kids. I follow you, Lori. I love looking at your all your pictures that you share and all the recitals and all these amazing things that your company does. It's just incredible. And your daughter is really an amazing dancer, isn't she?
Yeah, she does. She's in our hip hop crew. She loves hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah. That's her thing, and my nieces dance with me also.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a wonderful time, and we call our group of kids our big fam, our Bodies in Motion family.
Bodies in
really
Motion.
Try to make it a family atmosphere there. Yeah.
Okay, Lori. If people want to find you in your school, what do they look for? How do they find you?
They can search bodiesinmotiondancecenter.com.
Okay.
And center spelled CENTRE. And we take a lot of pride in not just teaching steps, but teaching the art of dance and passion and handing down history. And I think that's one of the things that makes us unique in our area is that we really hand down the history and really, instill in these kids a passion for the art. And the art's just so important. I have such passion about that and teaching that is how important the arts are. Yeah,
I mean, I see that. I definitely see that. Now, Lori, what are you doing for Hanukkah? You folks your family's going to be together?
Yeah, we have a crazy situation because in my house I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
And my kids are Jewish, but my husband is not. So we do Hanukkah and Christmas.
How cool!
So a little bit insane in my household.
Yeah.
But I'm getting ready for our big Hanukkah party that we have this weekend. I always throw a huge Hanukkah bash.
Wow.
In my house.
That's great. And who does the cooking? Do you order out, or do you do the cooking, or?
No, I do the cooking.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
What do you make, Lori?
For Hanukkah, we want fried food. Because,
okay, I love it. I love it. I love it.
So anything fried. So I'll make some chicken tenders and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, comfort foods that have nothing to do with, the tradition, like mac and cheese and stuff like that. But I'll probably make about 150 latkes.
Oh, my God. That is fantastic. Yeah. That is great. All right. Well, honey, one of these days I want to have you on the show, or maybe I might come out to Jersey. I might do that because I want to do a Jersey show anyway. So maybe I'll come out to your studio and we can do it live from there.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, I think that would be really great. We can have like some of your kids there too. That would be really amazing. And we've known each other. How long have we known each other, Lori?
Well, 1990. We're talking about
1990. 28 years.
Oh my God.
I know. We're very young looking though, Lori. We look great. So.
Oh yeah. You always had little rose-colored glasses.
Love it. And I just love you. I loved you then. I love you now. You're one of those friends that just is in my heart forever.
Oh, I feel exactly the same way. As if, it doesn't matter how many years have passed. So my heart is always full when I think of you.
Me too, honey.
So happy that you found a life that you absolutely love. And it makes me so happy.
And you too, honey. And happy Hanukkah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And Merry Christmas and all that great stuff. And I love you, and I will talk to you soon, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, sweetheart. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Okay. Oh, boy. Lori Goldman Mendez. Lori Goldman was my manager. We worked at the Olive Tree Cafe, and it was owned by Israelis. And but the cooks were Egyptian. It was just this amazing place. And it was just these two worlds, and the food was to die. It is to die. I don't know who owns it still, if it's still the same way. And the cafe was downstairs. And Lori was my boss, and she was amazing and tough, and I loved her. So anyway, but we became very close because we used to drive home and just talk about life. So anyway, that's that. Now, and I'm gonna post all that stuff about Lori's school, because her school is just like, it's amazing how many people, how many kids work there and thrive there, and it's just a beautiful thing. But when I think about like one of my Jewish friends I love all my Jewish friends, but I have certain ones that are just very dear to me. Lori is always just one of those people that like my heart lights up. So anyway, that's Lori Goldman Mendez, and everybody's tagged. Oh, look who's another one of my lovely, lovely ladies. Terry Ross, there you are. Here you are, honey. Okay, I just perfect.
I was watching you just now.
You're so
Great
cute.
Show.
I know.
Great show.
Thank you, honey. Now, everybody, I just want to, I know you have heard the name Terry Ross for many reasons.
Right.
Terry Ross has been on this show with me a while back. She and her husband, Steve, were on with Ollie.
Yeah.
We have
Steve Gorin.
Steve Gorin, right, and Ollie Nelson. Yeah. So Steve Gorin was on. We had the most wonderful time. But Terry, you've heard me talk about Terry because I work for Terry as well. Terry makes
the best of the best, Maria. Maria is the best salesperson I have ever seen in my life.
You know why? Because I talk. That's all it is. I just love to talk.
Well, you love people.
I love people.
And it shows. It shows.
Well, thank you, honey.
Great.
So Terry designs amazing jewelry. I've tagged everything here, so you'll be able to find Terry after this.
Oh my God, thank you.
Of course. So Terry, now, if you're in the New York area, Terry is, tell them where you are, Terry.
Oh, that's a big question, Maria. Who am I? I'm a jewelry designer, and right now I'm selling my jewelry at Bryant Park, booth N13 on 42nd Street, and I'll be there from this point on till January 2nd.
Oh, okay.
So I hope come by and say hello. And if you mention Maria, you will definitely get a discount.
What?
There you go.
Wow,
yes,
you mentioned Maria, you get a discount. Are you kidding me?
Yes, just mention Maria, you get a discount.
Unbelievable. And Terry's stuff is to die for, and it's different, and it's all handmade. It's designed by Terry. It's made by Terry. You're not going to find anything like it anywhere else, and people love it. She has groupies. They come back looking for her. I'm telling you, you have groupies.
Maria.
Well, I love you too.
I gotta get up at 6 o'clock
I know.
tomorrow morning and make some more jewelry.
I know, honey. So I don't want to keep you. So I love you. Thank you for calling in, and I'll talk to you really soon, okay?
Oh, Maria, it's my pleasure. I love you.
I love you
think
too.
You are the best of the best.
So are you. And happy Hanukkah, honey.
I wish I could celebrate Hanukkah like a normal person,
I know.
but
You're too busy.
yeah, unfortunately, I just got home, and I'm celebrating Hanukkah with some Vietnamese food tonight.
Okay. Well, good for you.
All right.
So, sweetheart. I love you.
Oh, I love you, Maria. Take care, sweetie.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
Say hi, everybody.
Yes, that's Terry Ross, everybody. She's amazing. I'm gonna tell them about you when we hang up, like how they can find you.
Sweetie.
All right.
Thank you so much, Maria.
You're so welcome.
Bye now.
I'll
Bye
talk to you
Love
soon.
you.
Love you too. Bye, hon.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. How many wonderful people in 1 hour can we jam in, right? Okay, so Terry Ross, I want to talk about all our guests, and I am going to talk about all our guests. Terry Ross makes amazing jewelry, and I work for her. So she is, like, when you're in Bryant Park where the skating rink is, if you want to go visit Terry, she is, once you walk in there, there's all kinds of booths. They go all the way over. And her booth is N13, and as you walk in, you'll be on the 42nd Street side. It's those booths that are right there. And she's like, I think the third or fourth booth in, and just tell her that you're my friend. You're gonna love her stuff. And I'm there a lot too. I work for her during the day a lot. So, okay, I want to check in with our listeners because it's hard for me to see everybody when I'm listening. Oh, there's Lori checked in. Oh, good, Lori, you were watching too. I hope you got to watch a little more, but now everybody who is watching, after the show ends, which is at 10, I save the show, and then it just pops up on my Facebook page, and you can watch it from the beginning as many times as you want. I also put it on What's the Story with Maria page, and you can watch it there. On the Armed Radio Group news page, on the Pod TV group page. But if you ever want to share it, like if you pop up and you're watching the show and you want to watch it on your page, you just share it to your page, and then it will automatically be on your page while we're rolling. So let me acknowledge some of our wonderful friends that have popped on here, and then I'm gonna go back and talk about all the people that were on tonight. So let me see. Oh my goodness, so many great people. Rena. Oh, by the way, Rena said yes, background food and the candlelight. Thank you for noticing, Rena. You are my detailed cousin. I am going to talk about the food in a minute. The time is flying by as usual. Okay, so Billy Goffey's got us on at the gym. Julie Gus Schneider. Hi, Julie. Julie is a wonderful friend. She's also Jewish. Happy Hanukkah, Julie. Julie took one of my classes years ago. She's the most beautiful family. Hi to Matt and the kids. They're great people. Tom Grants. Hi, Tom Grants. Julie Cesari. She's out in LA. Dawn Melody. Hi, beautiful. Liz Manners. Hi, Liz Manners. Long time no see. Also Jewish. Lovely. Happy Hanukkah. We're celebrating Hanukkah tonight. We're talking about Hanukkah. And I am not Jewish, but I love my Jewish friends, and God knows I love a good celebration, and I love an open heart of people. And that's what Hanukkah is about. It's about believing in something that's supposed to last one day, and it lasted 8 days, long enough, as Judith told us, to light their way to build this new temple. So that's a miracle, you know, and miracles happen every day, and some of them, you know, last centuries. So, and that's what Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights, is about. And as Lori told us, it's also about fried foods, right? So that's it. Lori, you launched us into the section of our show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. That is the section of my show. So what I am going to show you now. Now, I didn't cook any of the food tonight because I didn't know if I've never tried to cook it. So I just went and got it. I do live in a neighborhood that is, there's a large Jewish community. It's Washington Heights. And there's also a Dominican community, and then the rest of us, right? So it was easy for me to find these Hanukkah wonderful foods, right? So I don't have everything. Like I really, really, really wanted to get brisket. I love brisket, but I couldn't get brisket. So we don't have the brisket. I did make chicken. It's in the kitchen, but I didn't know if that was appropriate, so I left it in the kitchen. But okay, this is one of my favorite. Yes, this is my favorite Hanukkah food of all time, latkes. So what are latkes? They are potato pancakes, basically, right? So what it is shredded potatoes. They're shredded almost like hash browns, and then they're balled up, and you add different things to it to make it stick. I don't know all of it, so I don't want to get it wrong. That's why I'm not. But you know, you can look it up, and then you like deep fry them. Amazing, right? I mean, come on. It's like, that's ridiculous. And they are so good. So they're soft on the inside and crunchy on the outside. That's the best kind of latke. And I've had many latke in my day. Okay, so now what is this on the side? It comes with, some people like it with applesauce, and some people like it with sour cream. Me, I like both. So of course I'm a Gemini. That would make total sense. So what I do is I just like kind of put it in the middle like that. And then I just dip the latke right in the middle and eat it like that. It's off the hook. So I've always liked like salty and sweet anyway. So that's how I eat my latkes, with both. But a lot of people think that's like crazy, but that's how I like it. So this is my favorite Hanukkah food, latkes, delicious. Then what is a Jewish holiday without, or Hanukkah without, or New York without a knish? What's a knish, you might ask? We're going back to the potatoes. Okay, so it's basically mashed potatoes. You make a nice batch of mashed potatoes, and then this is the crust around it, and then also deep fried. Is that crazy? Delicious or what? Very big New York food. And then you cut it in half. You cut it right down the middle, and mustard is the way to go with it. I know some people put ketchup on it, but the real New York way to do it is mustard. And I'm smelling this mustard because it's ridiculously good. I did a little twist on the mustard. It's a truffle honey brown mustard. I had to because, my creative head has to. So I didn't want to just do yellow mustard. So that's what I did to just kind of make it my own. So that's the knish. And now, what do we have for dessert? What do you think we have for dessert? We have rugula. Rugula is your, they also, which I couldn't find, I wanted to find, and I was looking at Elaine Breyer, who's one of our friends that we love, very funny comedian and also singer. And she and her daughters were making these donuts. They were actually making them. So that's a really big thing too, like these fried donuts that they make at Hanukkah. That I have to have one of those, but I couldn't find them today. So but I also love this. This is rugula, and my favorite rugula is the cinnamon. So what is rugula? It's like this dough that they spread out and they cut in like little kind of sort of triangles. My aunt Anna used to make them. I don't wonder if she still does. Rena, does she still make them? And then you put like butter and cinnamon and sugar, and then you roll them up. And that's why they look like this. They look rolled up. You see that? Amazing. I mean, I just love rugula. It's like one of my favorite desserts. And I get it all the time. In New York, there's rugula everywhere you look. So that's what I have tonight for the section of our show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. So that's our Hanukkah food. Now, as I said, I do want to go back and read a lot of the comments because I love that this show is interactive, that you folks are part of our story every week, and that you've gotten to be friends. I love that people have friended each other and they talk to each other. Darius Frowner has joined us. Last night we were at Singer Spotlight Night. Darius and I are there Mondays and Thursdays. We run this amazing open mic night, so please come down. We're having so many huge parties this month. This Monday, the Bohemia Realty Group, which my friend Shanna Sharp is, she's a bigwig there. She also is one of the co-owners of Mess Hall. They are having their big party at Singer Spotlight Night. So what they're doing, they're having a Christmas party / recruiting party. So they are looking for more people that would like to work in real estate and work for them to join their team. So this Monday coming up, December 10th, at Singer Spotlight Night, we will be hosting the Bohemia Realty Christmas / recruiting night. Everyone's welcome, though. I mean, you don't have to be part of that. You could just come down and what makes them unique, Bohemia Realty, is that all of their realtors are also performers. They're singers, and a lot of them have been on Broadway, and it's just amazing. So, and how do they make their money? While they're on and off Broadway, while they're touring, and in between, they sell real estate. So that's how New York works. It's really a very amazing place. And so that's going to be going on. Then the next, Darius, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the next Monday is the 17th is our Singer Spotlight Night holiday party. So that's going to be going on. But the Thursdays as well are really fun. I think a lot of the parties are falling on the Mondays. So let me see, Dawn, Melody, see, they're talking to each other. They're talking to Terry. I love everybody knows each other now. Leo is hungry. Oh, Leo's hangry. Leo, you've been working too many hours. You work more than I do, which is like crazy. Yes, Lori, it was awesome speaking with you too. I love you to pieces. Gene Simpson, happy Hanukkah, Maria and friends. Hi, Gene is out in Illinois. And I bet it would be a little hard to get some of this New York food out there, right, Gene? I know the food thing. Hey, by the way, Gene, did you use the fig glaze that I sent out your way? I mailed her some fig glaze because it's hard to get good stuff out there. Maria D'Amato. Hi, Maria D'Amato. How are you, my friend? She's joined. Annette Zito has joined. Yes, go ahead. Annette put out this amazing video that she made at her food show of our show last week, and the recipe that she created. It was Maria Gen Chili. How cool is that? So she created a chili with my name. So go and look at my Facebook page or Annette's. Annette's show is called Kitchen Annette. So Kitch Annette. It's really, Kitch Annette. So go and check that out and all her food shows on YouTube. Isabella Raskowski. Yes, everybody is eating, and latkes. Everybody loves latkes. Good. I'm glad you know about that. Now in Boston, the section that thank you, Lori, for the recipe. Thank you so much. Lori was talking about making, so egg, flour, onion, salt and pepper, a Jewish hash brown. Basically, that's it. Thank you. I couldn't remember what was in it. Yes, onion too, and everything shredded, right, Lori? Everything shredded up. Yeah, that's what it is. And then you deep fry it, but it's better than a hash brown. I can't describe. It's just way better. And then when you put the applesauce and the sour cream, ridiculous, ridiculous. It's so good. Thank you, Lori. Truffle honey, but yes, I made truffle honey brown mustard. Thank you, Annette. Okay, so I'm just reading everybody's never ketchup. Thank you, Lori. Never ketchup on a Knish. It's just not the way to go. Donuts fried. Okay. Thank you. Standard. I knew there was a donut thing, and you know I love donuts. I'm like a donut fanatic. Okay, so Lori says donuts fried are the standard for Hanukkah. Now, do you make those as well, Lori? I think you probably do if you said you make a lot of. So some of them I think have jelly inside, right? Do they have jelly? So I'm getting so hungry now, right? Talking about all this stuff. All right, so I'm just reading everybody's okay, so Darius says all correct about Singer Spotlight dates. Listening while I'm driving. Oh boy. Tomorrow, I'm going to see Darius tomorrow. We're out at the Mayo Performing Arts Center with our kids tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, Darius. I have my bag ready by the door, ready to go. Okay, so everybody's comments I love all these comments. These are so great. Gene Simpson, yes, the fig glazed on the chicken and steak. Wonderful. Okay, and it was Leo's birthday. Oh, love you. Love everybody. Everybody's so great. So, okay. So now the holidays are upon us. We're in the middle of Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. You heard Judith describe what the Festival of Lights was, right? So now, if you didn't know before, and you walk by maybe a business that has the menorah is the 8 lights, and you see the different lights lit. Now you understand what it is. I think today is day 3, because I always feel that, and I'm not going to use the word ignorance because ignorance sounds so negative. Sometimes you just don't know. So it's like, what's that? And you feel stupid asking, right? Because as adults, we're supposed to know everything. But I can tell you, we don't know everything because there's no way to know everything. So we know what we know. So I always like to find out. And in our buildings in New York, we always have menorahs and Christmas trees, which is so cool. And so, and I used to have a roommate years ago that was Jewish, and we had a Christmas tree with a menorah instead of a star. We had a big, not a menorah, I'm sorry, a dreidel on top. And then on the door, we had a mezuzah, which is, if you're Jewish, it's like something you touch for good luck when you leave the house and come in, I believe. And we had that, plus we had St. Anthony outside. I mean, that is a protected house. You can't go wrong, right? Meredith Ice Crowd. Meredith and I had all those things. So, the more love, better. So when you understand things, so now if you walk by businesses and you understand, you say Happy Hanukkah to people. So I wanted to talk about the Happy Holidays thing because, like I started the show, sometimes you don't know what people celebrate. So it just covers everything, and it's really nice, and it's just, look, this isn't such an amazing, I hesitate to use the word magical because we use it so much on the show, because I do feel that life is truly magical. But it really is such a vortex. December is such a vortex of light. Everybody just kind of like opens up and lets light in, and we just have to stop and breathe and remember. And yeah, the gift giving thing is great. I mean, I love getting gifts. I actually like giving them more. I'm just one of those people. I love to find really cool gifts for people and give them. Now, speaking of cool gifts, Bryant Park is where Terry Ross's booth is, and 13 on the 42nd Street side. There's all the vendors there, almost all the vendors there. It's really creative, great stuff. So if you want to do something really fun with your family or just by yourself, like I do it. I like to go places sometimes by myself and just buy gifts for my loved ones. And they're just all creative gifts. So take a trip down there. You can take the the Bryant Park. You take the B, D, F, BDF, and I think the M. Stop there. You get right out, and it's right there. So all the trains go there. It's right like down the street from Times Square. So go and check out Bryant Park. That's just a really great thing to do. And then there's a skating rink right there. And they have this new little section now called the Lodge, which is like a glass house. You walk in and they have all kinds of food there. So it's just a nice thing to do with your family, So we're getting close to the end of our show. And I just want to just remind everybody that I got a couple things coming up this month, and I don't want to talk about them yet because I haven't finished solidifying. I may have an on-location show coming up. So in the next few weeks, definitely Christmas night, I'm going to be in Boston with my family because of course I have to be there for the Feast of the Seven Fishes, which is Christmas Eve. But Christmas night, we're going to be at my cousin Maurice's house, Raskowski. Christmas with the Raskowskis. That you have to watch. I'll save it and you can watch it afterwards or watch it live. It's going to be a blast. And, think of things. Don't just think of gifts. I know that's crazy, but think, a lot of times, like a lot of my friends that are couples and they've been married many, many, many years, what they do, which I think is so beautiful, is they do give each other gifts, but sometimes money is tight. You have kids are in college. How much time we have, Jimmy?
A minute.
A minute. Okay. So one of the things that you can do if you don't have a lot of money is you can make a book of things that you will do for each other. Like this is good for, like a coupon book. This is good for a hug. This is good for doing the dishes one night. This is good for I'm going to cook dinner one night. This is good for I'll pick up the kids at school. Little coupons like that. I've seen a lot of my couples do that, and I just think it's beautiful. Also, whatever you go by, you go to a church, walk by, take a minute. There's a light in there. You pass a synagogue, you pass a mosque, whatever you pass a park. God is there. What is God? God is not control. God is letting go and letting light in. Remember that. I don't care what they tell you anywhere else. That's not God. I will tell you, God bless you. Have a wonderful, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and everything else you celebrate. We love you. Come back next week, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. That's a Story with Maria. We love you.